25 minutes of vapor, then the indica hits the brain, and the party in the skull finally starts. Da 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 da. In at midnight, the grease is my skin. The grill is a furnace where the failures begin. 2 hours of slicing, then a vape break for air. A ghost in the kitchen with a 1,000-yard stare. 30 turning 31, the ceiling is low, and the voices are screaming for the curtain to go. Sinner in the cellar, I'm the itch in the vein. I'm the part of the puzzle that thrives on the pain. I'll burn down the bridge while you're crossing the stream. Wake up, you coward, from this chemical drain.
Oopsie, I dropped the plate and I broke your heart. I'm the failure that tears every promise apart. Let's dance in the wreckage, let's giggle at the mess. I'm the pretty little glitch in your mental distress.
The swirl is calling, it's cold and it's deep. A promise of silence, a permanent sleep. I'm the shadow in the corner with a rope and a blade, counting the seconds until the colors all fade.
Back in Pembroke, I love the taste of the red. A knuckle sandwich dinner, leaving enemies dead. Now I'm quiet in Kingston, a dog on a chain, but the monkey man's waking to butcher your brain. I'm a chef with a grudge and a knife in my hand, the angriest primate in all of the land.
Past the boom and the walls are starting to melt. The heaviest burden is the one that I felt. Just a cloud of indica to numb out the noise, while the other 5 versions are breaking their toys.
Hey, let's go to fucking war.
Inside the bone, behind the door.
6 different ghosts fighting for the crown.
One single skull, and we're all going down.
On the bridge,
Watch the fire glow.
let's go to fucking war. Let's go to fucking war. Summer weekends, the fire's burning bright, drinking with the boys till the darkness is light. I don't say a word till the whiskey hits the throat. Then the monkey man sails his blood-soaked boat.
Tear it down,
It's a beautiful day,
burn the town.
let's go out to play.
We're the glitch in the system, the crack in the wall. The higher we climb, the harder we fall.
Who's driving the body? Who's holding the wheel? Who's making the cuts? Who's making it real? Get out of my head.
Shut up! Pass the bong! Kill them all!
Grabbed him by the throat, felt the vertebrae snap. A beautiful symphony of violent trap. Tore through the skin like a steak on the grill. The pleasure of the slaughter, the ultimate thrill.
Blood on the apron, blood on the floor. Monkey man's hungry, he's asking for more.
Spark the glass, now the room is a swirl. A neon-colored, dripping, psychedelic world. Floating through the gore, pink clouds in the air. The body is a prison, but the stoner don't care. Just a chef in the dark, just a ghost in the rain.
Let's go to fucking war.
Inside the bone, behind the door.
6 different ghosts fighting for the crown.
One single skull and we're all going down.
Burn the bridge. Watch the fire glow. Oh, let's go to fucking war.
like the taste of my cock, bitch? Or are you just staring at it?
The skillet screaming, the grease is a lake, and my brain is a circuit about to break. I flip the scallops while the voices debate whether today is the day I seal my fate. Clinical gloom in a white chef's coat, a heavy-duty anchor tied tight to my throat. The schizophrenic static is a beautiful song, and the weed is the only thing keeping me along. Friday night,
The bonfire's licking the sky. I'm the quietest ghost, just watching them fly. Past the bottle, past the torch, let the liquid descend until the silent monkey man becomes everyone's friend. One shot, two shots,
now the volume is peaking. The dormant beast in my marrow is speaking. I'm the life of the party, a manic display, burning down the bridge in a chemical way.
30 years of rot, now 31 is the door. And the shadows in the corner are asking for more. My mental state is a cracked porcelain plate, and I'm dancing on the shards in a manic state.
Back in Pembroke, I was a god of the street. The taste of my own blood was a savory treat. Split lips and bruised knuckles, a childhood hymn. Watching the light and the other kid dim. Then came Kingston, the silence, the gray. I talked the violence and the monster away. Became the quiet man, the ghost in the hall. Building a fortress, building a wall. Slayer in the headphones, Wu-Tang in my veins. Heavy metal thunder to numb all the pains. A hip-hop heartbeat, a distorted guitar. I'm a dying light and a collapsing star.
Hey monkey man, you okay? The drunk cousin asked while I'm peeling off layers of 1,000 masks. I've got a joke for you, it's a real scream about a man who woke up from a permanent dream.
He looked at me wrong, so I opened his chest. A culinary carving, a surgical quest. I used the boning knife to find where his heart hides, and painted the pavement in crimson tides.
Wreck the glass, feel the TXE bloom. Watching his body dissolve in the room. The walls are melting, the colors are screams. I'm floating through a kaleidoscope of gore-soaked dreams. So let's go to fucking war. Break the locks and kick down the door. I'm the chef of the chaos, the king of the blight, turning your world into a permanent night. Burn the bridge, kill the light. Let's go to fucking war tonight.
Let's go to fucking war tonight.
You know, the funny thing about blood is that it looks exactly like pomegranate syrup when you're high enough. And the funny thing about sanity
Is that it's just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. So let's go to fucking war. Break the locks and kick down the door. I'm the chef of the chaos, the king of the blight, turning your world into a permanent night. Burn the bridge, kill the light. Let's go to fucking war tonight.
Let's go to fucking war tonight.
you like the taste of my cock, bitch? Or are you just staring at it?
Dum 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 the finger and the bisque. He called it a violation, I called it a creative risk. I'm searing scallops while the voice is screaming stereo. A kitchen full of ghosts and a head full of vertigo. I chop the carrots like I'm chopping through a memory, while my psyche does a tango with a vivid kind of treachery. Oh, Monkey Man's cooking in a haze of green, the filthiest chef that you've ever seen, with a mind like a shipwreck and a heart like a stone. He's dancing with demons and he's never alone. Pass the bong, pass the bottle, let the sanity slip. Welcome to the feast, take a bite, take a sip.
Take a sip.
Weekends in the summer, we're circling the blaze, drinking cheap tequila in a THC haze. I'm the quietest ghost until the fifth bottle pops. Then the floodgates open and the talking never stops. The boys think I'm chillin', just staring at the spark, but I'm actually arguing with a shadow in the dark. 29 was a circus, 30 was a crash. Now I'm hitting 31 like a lightning bolt flash. The schizophrenia's upgraded, it's a deluxe edition, giving me orders with the military precision. My brain is a basement where the light bulb just flickered, and the voices in the corner getting loud and bicker.
Back in Pembroke, I was a terror in the street, loving the copper taste of my own defeat. I'd lean into the fist just to see the red spray, a little bit of carnage to start off the day. A sidewalk symphony of knuckles and bone, the only kind of language I've ever really known.
Then I moved to Kingston and the fire went cold. I traded in the bruises for a story untold. I became the silent shadow, the ghost in the hall, listening to the static while I leaned against the wall.
Quiet as a grave, though the storm's still inside, just a passenger seat on a manic depressive ride.
Oh, Monkey Man's cooking in a haze of green, the filthiest chef that you've ever seen, with a mind like a shipwreck and a heart like a stone. He's dancing with demons and he's never alone.
Pass the bong, pass the bottle, let the sanity slip. Welcome to the feast, take a bite, take a sip.
Take a sip.
My playlist is a war zone of double bass kicks, heavy metal therapy and hip-hop tricks. Slayer in the headset screaming at the void while my remaining neurons are slowly destroyed. It's the only kind of noise that drowns out the chatter of the things in my head telling me nothing matters.
The depression is a blanket, heavy and wet, a permanent wager in a losing kind of bet. I serve up a risotto with a side of despair and a pinch of who cares in a humid night air. If the customers complain that the sauce tastes like grief, I'll just give them a smile and a very short relief.
I'm a master of the skillet, a king of the grill, who can cook a medium rare while the world stands still. But the voices told me the fish was judging my style, so I gutted it slowly with a wide-eyed smile. Knew a seed base could decide to smug look. I'm rewriting the rules of the culinary book.
My friends call me brother, they call me the man. They don't know I'm planning a total collapse plan. They see the stone pupils, the slouch in my frame, while I'm playing a high-stakes psychological game. You okay, Monkey Man, they ask with a grin, while I'm counting the ways that the darkness creeps in. The smoke is a curtain, the liquor is a veil, the mind is a dog chasing its own damn tail.
Saw train to sanity, deglaze the soul. I lost the recipe, and I've lost all control.
The stranger bumped my shoulder, called me slow in the street, so I showed him exactly how a dead man would eat. I jammed a paring knife through the soft of his cheek. The sound of the cartilage was a beautiful shriek.
I peeled back the layers like a fancy onion tart, and played with his lungs like a piece of
Modern Bart. I packed a bow tight and I sparked up the glass, watching the blood splatter turn into green grass. The world started melting, the sky turned to gold. A stoner tripped that big,
brave and bold.
I'm floating through ceilings and swimming in ink, standing on the edge of a permanent blink.
Oh, Monkey Man's cooking in a haze of green.
Welcome to the feast. Take a bite, take a sip. You like the taste of my cock, bitch? Or you just staring at it?
Born in Pembroke with a storm in his head. 4 years old when the family split instead. 5 years old his bio dad crossed the line, moved to another province, left the kid behind. Then came a man with a steady hand, a stepdad who tried to help him understand. At 7 years old, through the good and the bad, he looked him in the eyes and said, "Your dad." Monkey Man was wild, always ready to swing, loved the chaos that a fist fight could bring. A little kid laughing at a busted up nose, didn't care where the anger goes. He liked the feeling of surviving the pain, like a thunderstorm running through his veins. But when he left Pembroke and headed east, the fighting stopped and the rage found peace. Oh, Monkey Man cooking through the night, flames in the kitchen, shadows in his sight, making grocery meals while the whole town sleeps, carrying demons nobody sees. Quiet in the corner, silent like stone, drinking with the fire just to feel at home. He's a joke and a tragedy, a king with a crown, a broken up hero that won't stay down. Kingston the 12, a brand new place, new streets, new people, a different race. He traded old battles for a different war, fighting himself behind a locked kitchen door. Heavy metal screaming, hip-hop shaking, trying to drown out the thoughts he's facing. A mind like a carnival after midnight, full of broken signs and flashing lights. Clinic to depression, sitting on his back, schizophrenia bringing thunder to the track. Some days he's laughing, some days he's gone, some days he wonders where he belongs. The smoke helps him escape for a while, a temporary king with a crooked smile. But the kitchen clock keeps moving slow, and only Monkey Man knows what's below. Summer before grade 10, that's when they met. A moment in time he'll never forget. She liked the quiet guy with the strange little grin, the one hiding storms underneath his skin. She played country songs on the radio loud. He brought metal riffs that shook the crowd. Somewhere between the steel and the strings, they found a home in the strangest things. The years went by, life changed its tune. Now they watch the stars in the summer moon. Only 4 years living side by side, but she's been there for every rough ride. She learned his music, he learned her songs. Two different worlds trying to get along. When his mind gets dark and the walls closing, she reminds him he's still worth saving. At 30 years old, almost 31, he feels like the battle has just begun. The mirror talks back with a tired face, a man still searching for his place. He jumps too dark and laughs too loud, hiding thunder underneath the crowd. But every morning when the sun breaks through, there's still a piece of him pushing through. Weekends come with the summer heat, friends by the fire, drinks in the street. Monkey Man quiet, staring at flames, listening more than he says their names. But after a few drinks, the silence breaks, the stories come out, and the whole world shakes. The funny, the scary, the brutally true, the version of him only his friends know. Overnight chef with the midnight shift, making lasagna sandwiches and little gifts. A grocery store kitchen under fluorescent skies, while everybody dreams Monkey Man survives. He's got scars nobody can see, a twisted sense of comedy. He'll make you laugh, then make you think, before he disappears behind another drink. The years of anger still haunt his brain, old memories falling down like rain. The
kid who fought just to feel alive now fights every day just to survive. He's not the monster inside his head. He's the guy still getting out of bed with the metal song and a coffee cup. Somehow he keeps himself stitched up. Then came a night where the darkness won, a nightmare scene under a dying sun. The old rage came back wearing a mask, and he stepped too far into a dangerous task. The fight turned ugly, the line disappeared, a moment of horror built out of fear. The world went silent, the damage was done, and Monkey Man ran from what he'd become. Back at home with the lights turned low, he stared at the smoke as the shadows grew. A bong in his hand, a mind taking flight, lost in a strange and distorted night. Was he a villain or a broken man? Was he the monster or just who he ran? The kitchen still waits, the morning still knocks, and he laughs in the dark with his old crock. You like the taste of my cock, bitch, or you wouldn't be here.
Name's Monkey Man, working overnight. Grocery kitchen under fluorescent light, cooking hot meals while the whole town sleeps, trying to outrun demons that I always keep. Clinical depression voices in my head, wake up exhausted even after bed. So I pack another bowl, tell the world to kiss my ass, clock in, fake a smile, hope the damn shift passes. Mom and dad split when I was only 4. Bio dad disappeared and walked out the door. Moved to another province when I turned 5, left a kid wondering how love survives. Met my stepdad that same damn year. By 7 he was dad, that much was clear. Life ain't perfect, never claimed to be, just another cracked branch on the family tree. I'm Monkey Man, barely holding on, living one shift at a time till the break of dawn. Metal in my ears, smoke in my lungs, still somehow singing these busted up songs. Life's a joke, so I'll laugh instead. Middle fingers high while I'm losing my head. Pembroke streets made a scrapper of me, always throwing fists just to feel something, see. Didn't even care if I got cut or bruised, young angry kid with nothing left to lose. Thought pain proved I was somehow alive, didn't know peace could actually survive. Those days faded like old tattoos, still carry the memories inside these boots. Kingston came when I was 12 years old, different streets, different stories told. Put away the fist, tried to straighten out, still had enough anger to shake the house. Found heavy metal, found hip-hop too, both spoke louder than the people I knew. Volume at 10 till the speakers cried, music kept the worst parts trapped inside. Summer before grade 10, there she stood, funny as hell and looking damn good. Didn't know she'd become my wife, didn't know she'd change my life. 4 years living under one roof now, still somehow making forever work. Somehow she loves country, I blast metal riffs, she calls it noise, I call it therapy shit. Weekend fires with the boys outside, cold beers passing from side to side. Bullshit stories get bigger each round, laugh so damn hard we fall to the ground. Play it all week till the whiskey hits, and I won't shut up and everybody knows it. Stars overhead, smoke fills the sky, those are the nights I almost feel alright. 30 years old, 31's close, mind keeps fighting battles nobody knows. Some mornings the mirror looks back strange, wondering if I'll ever really change. Still show up, still punch that clock, still hear echoes every time I stop. Keep cooking meals for people I'll never meet, trying not to fall apart on my own 2 feet. Kitchen crew says, Monkey, you're nuts. I laugh and answer, yeah, pretty much. Burn the bacon, swear at the pan, then somehow still pull off the dinner plan. Dirty jokes fly with the late night crew, half of them false, half probably true. Life's too weird to play it clean, might as well laugh through the in-between. One night pushed too far, in their mouth like they wanted scars. Old rage woke from years of sleep, a mistake made in one heartbeat. Sirens came before the sun, nobody there thought anybody won. One bad choice changed everything, silence louder than the words we slang. Now Monkey Man sits by the fire again, wondering where it all might end. Takes one rip from the old glass bong, it turns the stereo up and sings along. Country from the house, metal in my ears, hip-hop drowning out old fears. Still alive, still cracked, still standing somehow. A monkey man. This is my life now.
He says the pans talk to him. And honestly, I think they're right.
Monkey Man's in the walk-in, staring at the wall, hearing voices in the produce, answering the call. He's the king of the night shift, the grocery store ghost, slinging pre-made pasta while his sanity's a roast. Pembroke was a bitch, just a town full of sheep, so he hauled ass to Kingston while the locals were asleep. Moved at 12 years old, a little feral little shit, loved the taste of his own blood and the sound of a hit. He'd fight a fence post just to feel the bone snap. Now he's flipping deluxe sliders in a corporate trap. He's got a mind like a blender, mixing static and dread with the choir of schizophrenia screaming in his head. The summer of grade 10 was the spark, met his girl in the hall. A little bit of chaos, a lot of fuck it all. He's loved her for a decade, but the lease is kinda new. 4 years of sharing pillows and a mountain of brew. She handles the tremors when the voices get loud, and he handles the bong drifting high in a cloud.
Clinical depression is a bitch of a bride, but the weed keeps the screaming tucked neatly inside. He's a quiet little ghost till the tequila hits the vein, then he's a fucking hurricane of laughter and pain. He'll tell you a joke about a priest and a goat while he's choking on a lime and clearing his throat.
Weekends by the fire, drinking till his eyes go red, hanging with the degenerates, wishing the world was dead, passing around a joint that could knock out a horse while the fire sparks high, taking its natural course. Pass the fucking bottle, he screams at the sky, while the ghost in his kitchen tell him it's time to die.
He likes it in the pantry, between the cans of corn. A culinary climax, a midnight kind of morn. He's got a grip like a vice and a tongue like a sin. Where the apron comes off is where the real games begin. He's a mess of a man, but he knows how to slide in the back of the store where the manager's hide. He misses the brawls, the Pembroke Street fights, breaking noses for sport under flickering street lights. Now he fights with the timer and the deep fryer steam, living in a waking medicated stoner-fueled dream. He's a chef of the void, serving plates of regret, the most functional disaster that you've ever met. But the fire got too hot and the liquor hit the peak. Someone called him monkey and the silence grew bleak. He didn't say a word, just a twitch in his eye, the kind of look that tells you a piece of you will die. He dropped the fucking spatula, he dropped the fucking plate, and Monkey Man decided it was time to settle the slate.
THC cloud.
He's not quiet anymore. Oh, he's really not quiet. Who the fuck touched my special sauce?
He learns like a tiger, caught him right in the throat. Smashed a bottle of Prosecco, sent a prick of float. He grabbed the meat, tenderizer, swung it hard at the jaw. A sickening, the most beautiful flaw. Blood sprayed the lettuce, the mayo, the rye, while Monkey Man screamed, "Look me in the fucking eye!"
He shoved the man's face in the industrial mixer. A gore-splattered mess, a visceral picture. Fingers flew like confetti, an ear hit the floor as he ripped the man's chest open like a double swing door. Stood in the carnage, drenched in red, feeling high, smeared some blood on his apron, and whispered aside, "Now don't fuck touch my special sauce." He's out of specials. He's out of specials. He's out of specials.
Monkey Man!
Just let the kitchen glow. Pembroke was a wasteland, just a town for a brawl. I was 10 years old, punching holes in the wall.
Love the taste of copper,
Love the sound of a crack. A little street fighting psycho with a target on his back.
moved to Kingston at 12, left the bruises behind, but I brought along a static that was screaming in my mind.
Grade 10 was the magic, saw her face in the hall. One look at those tights and I was ready to fall.
We danced to Slayer
In a basement of smoke, our love was a disaster,
a goddamn cosmic joke. Fast forward a decade,
we finally shared a bed.
4 years of cohabitation, or so the lease book said. Now Monkey Man, baby, the king of the fry, where the frozen peas are soggy and the spirits go to die. Working the night shift at the grocery store, preparing fresh-to-go meals that
Nobody wants.
the schizophrenia's humming. A choir in my head telling me the mayo is screaming, or maybe I'm dead.
Flow through the static, baby, drift through the haze.
Where the THC burns in a million little ways.
He's just a ghost in a polyester apron, drift in the slow.
Where the chemicals shimmer and the heavy riffs grow.
Oh, Monkey Man.
Just let the kitchen glow. Oh, Monkey Man. Just let the kitchen glow. Clinical depression is a bitch of a bride. She sleeps in my marrow, she takes a long ride. So I packed a bowl tight till the room starts to spin, and the voices in the walk-in finally let me in.
Hey, monkey, says the voice of a dead fucking cat. Put more salt in the pasta, you fat-fingered brat.
I'm a quiet fucking ghost till the tequila hits the vein. Then I'm a hurricane screaming, causing absolute pain. I'll tell you about the time I tried to fry a whole shoe, or the time I fucked a blender just to see what it do. I'm a walking disaster, a mental train wreck, with a silver-plated bong and a chain round my neck.
Friday night rolls round and the fire's burning red. Backyard bonfire where the ration will go dead. Drinking cheap rye, smoking something that smells like gazoo, while the boys talk shit
And the sparks fly through.
Pass the joint, you fucker.
I yell with a grin, letting the chaos of the weekend finally begin. My wife looks at me with that
Are you high? stare.
While I'm explaining why the voices are actually there, she says,
Honey, you're tripping. I say, babe, look at the sky. The moon is a pancake and the pigeons can fly.
then we head to the bedroom for some rough and tumble play.
The kind of sex that makes the neighbors pray for the day. Flow through the haze, baby, drift through the smoke.
The world is a punchline, a beautiful joke.
He's just a ghost in a polyester apron, drifting slow.
Where the chemicals shimmer and the heavy riffs grow.
Oh, monkey man,
Let the kitchen glow. Let the kitchen glow.
I miss the kind of fighting where you felt the bone snap. Back in Pembroke Town it was a goddamn trap. Now I fight with the delusions and the ghost in the wall, while I'm scrubbing the grill and waiting for the call. Slinging hash browns at midnight, dreaming of a mosh pit. Life's a fucking joke and I'm the punchline. Hit it! But the bong's getting empty and the sun's peeking through, and the voices are telling me exactly what to do.
Go on, monkey man, take a swing at the world. Watch the chaos unfold, watch the banner unfurl. I got a spatula in my left and a bottle in my right, and I'm looking for a reason to start a goddamn fight.
And some prick at the counter calls my apron dress.
and my brain snaps shut.
In the glorious mess,
I don't wanna refund,
I don't wanna tip
I just wanna feel the skin.
of your forehead rip.
He swung with a bagel, I countered with a pot,
Now the floor is a slurry of grease.
and a lot of blood blot.
Punch the clock,
Break the bone,
monkey man soul.
sick the dogs on the grocery aisle. Flow through the haze, baby, drift through the smoke.
The world is a punchline.
A beautiful joke. He's just a ghost in a polyester apron, drifting slow.
Where the chemicals shimmer.
And the heavy riffs grow.
You stupid bitch, I told you to not mix raw meat with cooked vegetable.
Please, no monkey man.
Slayer shirt stained with a reduction of veal, callous knuckles and a heart made of steel. He's a ghost in the aisles of the 24-hour mart, stocking frozen peas while he tears the world apart. He's got the touch of a god and the brain of a brick, and a joint in his lip that's a fucking magic trick.
Floating through the smog of a Saturday heat, where the charcoal is screaming and the scallops are sweet. He's humming a riff from Master of Puppets, while the neighbors are praying that the liquor store stops it.
Pembroke taught him how to bleed and how to swing. Kingston taught him how to make a dead end ringing. He's a culinary king in a trailer park throne, a walking contradiction, a dog without a bone.
He's got a divorce decree that cost him a mint, but he spends the remainder on a high-grade hit of some sticky green magic that slows down the clock while he's searing that wagyu on a rusted out rock.
The beer is lukewarm and the jokes are all filth, talking about the times when we lived in the guilt. Someone mentioned the ex, called her cold as a stone, and Monkey Man's eyes turned to a danger zone.
Oh, he's the king of the chaos, the prince of the pan, a Michelin star monster, a god of a man. From the saute station to the blood on the street, he'll whip you a souffle, then knock off your feet.
Yeah, he's Monkey Man, baby, and he's losing his mind,
Leaving the wreckage.
And the appetizers behind. The shift hit the room like a freight train of hate. He did didn't use a knife, he just settled the slate. He took a folding table and he snapped it in two like a dry piece of kindling.
How do you like that, you pussy? The appetizers flew like little shrimp stars. A shrimp cocktail rain over folding lawn chairs. Someone got a platter of pigs in a blanket to the face, and the vibe shifted hard in this godforsaken place.
He's dancing through the embers, a ballet of gore, slinging heavy-duty punches like a waterfront whore. The grace of a pastry chef, the weight of a truck. He doesn't give a flying, floating, shivering fuck.
Then came the skillet, the cast iron kiss, a metallic whack in a moment of bliss. A tooth hit the embers, a spark in the night, and Monkey Man smiled in the dying red light.
He looked at the gap where the enamel once stayed. Said thanks for the ventilation, man, I'm glad I stayed. Then he leaned back slow with a blood-spattered grin and tried to smoke the joint through the hole in his chin. Now the fire's roaring high and the guest list is dying. He's standing in the ruins of a Saturday night.
But he's wondering,
Yeah, he's wondering.
did anyone say the fucking cake? Oh, he's the king of the chaos, the prince of the pan, a Michelin star monster, a god of a man. From the saute station to the blood on the street, he'll whip you a souffle, then knock off your feet.
Yeah, he's Monkey Man, baby.
And he's losing his mind, leaving the wreckage
And the appetizers behind.
You call that a left hook? My grandmother hits harder than that. You left it, damn it.
Oh, honey, you missed his nose.
Who the fuck touched my scallops?
He treats a head of cauliflower like a fucking holy relic. Precision in the wrist, man, the focus is psychedelic. He's a ghost in the aisles when the fluorescent lights hum, counting down the seconds till the midnight shift is done. Came from the pines of Pembroke, a quiet, rigid cage. Traded suburban silence for a waterfront rage. Now he's draped in Swedish metal, fade in black and grease. A walking contradiction, searching for a piece of peace. Callous knuckles from the bag, a hook that'll break your jaw. But he'll Julian a carrot with a surgical steady claw. He's a mountain of a man, eyes glazed in the resin haze, just drifting through the static of these Kingston summer days. Oh, Monkey Man's humming in a distortion blur, a high get hard and a low end stir. He's the king of the charcoal, the god of the grit. Light the fucking fire and just let the spark hit. And just let the spark hit. Now let's talk about the woman, the wire to his electric soul. The only kind of magic that can keep his chaos whole. He's a storm of a man, but she's the eye of the fucking gale. The only hand he'd hold if the rest of the world should fail. And when the sun dips purple and the
sanctuary, the only fucking bed.
See the logger screaming in the pit of ancient stone, where the heavy metal thunders and the wild spirits moan. He pulls a ring close, smelling like smoke and expensive weed. A hunger in his gut, a primal, desperate kind of need. He doesn't need a sentence, he doesn't need a word, just the sound of a breathing, the sweetest shit he's heard. And he pushes her back against the cedar-scented nights, tearing off the fabric in the flickering orange light. It ain't a gentle dance, it's a collision, it's a war. He's digging in deep, leaving them begging for more. He handles her body like he handles that chef's blade, a slow, deliberate passion, a masterpiece displayed. Sweat dripping down like the Kingston summer rain. A rhythmic guttural pleasure, a sweet sexual pain. Oh, monkey man's humming in a distortion blur, a high gate heart and a low end stir. He's the king of the charcoal, the god of the grit. Light the fucking fire and just let the spark hit. And boxing rings, the thrill of the blow, the taste of the copper, the adrenaline flow. From the grocery store aisle to the heat of the bed, he's a goddamn disaster. Or so the neighbors said. He's swearing like a sailor, laughing loud at the sky, while the embers dance upward and the sparks start to fly. A circle of mismatched chairs, a cooler full of gold, a story of a giant rugged and uncontrolled. So pour another amber, let the distortion scream loud. He's the ghost of the city, the king of the crowd, with a knife in his hand and his girl by his side. Monkey man's taking the world for a god damn ride. Yeah, treat that cauliflower right, you bastard. Just light the fucking fire, you little bitch.
Aisle fucking 4, while the manager was locking every drawer in the store. He didn't have a blade, just a plastic ass spork, trying to fillet a fish while the customer smirked, towering like a ghost, skin the color of rye, with a look in his eyes that could make a god cry. Bleached blonde dread, smelling like saffron and weed, a walking contradiction, a chaotic breed, wearing a stained-up coat over a Slayer black tee, the strangest fucking sight that you'll ever goddamn see. Lanky as a willow, but he's heavy as a stone, a king in the kingdom of linoleum and bone. Culinary savant, when the clock hits the noon, dicing shallots like a surgeon, humming a funeral tune. Then he slips to the back where the freezer doors hum, waiting for the high grade indica to make him numb, leaning on a crate, eyes hooded and deep, while the rest of the city is fucking asleep. Now get me in the bedroom where the tension gets tight. He moves like a glacier
velocity. It's turning my fucking legs into a rhythmic beat.
Oh, monkey man, you lazy fucking beast. A slow burning fire, a midnight feast. From the fluorescent glare to the driftwood flame. Once you taste the chaos, you're calling his name. The ghost of the Isles, the king of the dirt.
And he'll fuck you so hard that it's bound to fucking hurt.
He speaks in the rumble,
A Pembroke Kingston blend, a cynical smirk that says this is the fucking end. He don't say
a word till the observation hits. Then he tears your whole world into jagged little bits of gold chain shimmering
against the tame chest, a beautiful disaster, a god-awful mess. Weekends on the shoreline where the driftwood glows, where the salt hits the air and the pungent smoke blows. Draped in a long Jericho beer in his grip, watching failed poets let their fucking spirits slip. The oracle of misfits, the silent stone king, waiting for the moment the fucking tension screams ringed and the fight breaks out and the haze disappears. He doesn't move fast but kills all your fears. Calculated precision, a heavyweight's grace, put in the boxing glove right across a brick's face. He's a map of the jaw, study in pain, a fucking hurricane inside a summer rain. Back to the sheets where the sweat starts to pull. He treats my body like a goddamn tool. Low velocity movement, but the pressure is peak. He makes me scream loud while he stays fucking mean. Saffron and cannabis, smell of the sin. Open up the gates and let the monkey man in. And he's the grape in the gear, he's the rust in the machine, the filthiest savant that you've ever fucking seen. From the surgical dice to the brutalist blow, is the only kind of magic that a gutter can grow. A contradiction wrapped in a stained white coat, with a voice like a gravel pit rattling in his throat. So keep yourself a knives and you locked up the doors. I'm fighting with plastic on the grocery store floors. He'll belay your heart with the stove and grin and fuck you till you're shaking and the walls caving. Monkey man's coming and he's taking it slow. And where the fuck he's taking us, only God knows. A monkey man, you lazy fucking beast. A slow burning fire, a midnight feast. From the fluorescent glare to the driftwood flame. Once you taste the chaos, you're calling his name. He's the ghost of the Isles, the king of the dirt. And he'll fuck you so hard that it's bound to fucking hurt. Saffron, cannabis, blood on the linoleum, sweat on the sand. Give me the fucking knife. Oh! Fillet the fish, break the jaw. Please don't. Slow motion, hard hitting, monkey man.
Pembroke was a fucking ghost town. White noise and salty air. Just a kid with a hollow belly and a vacant, wide-eyed stare. Then Kingston hit like a brick to the jaw. Grit underneath the nail, where the concrete breathes the city smog and the neon lights prevail. He learned to hold his fucking tongue. Let the silence grow a skin until the void inside his chest. Let the heavy metal in. Now he's gliding through the freezer aisles, a phantom in the cold, in a candlemass shirt, worn thin, doing exactly what he's told. Stocking cans in rhythmic trances, headphones bleeding sludge, while the manager is screaming, but Monkey Man don't budge. He's a ghost in the fluorescent glare, eyes heavy, mind adrift, just a high-grade haze of cannabis to survive the graveyard shift. Then 5 o'clock, it's like a hammer and the transformation starts. He's trading in the barcode for the culinary arts. Saffron breaking dark fat, rendered down to liquid gold, while the gutter roars. Swedish death metal takes a hold. He's humming to the blast beats, stirring reductions in the dark. A fucking storm in a white apron, waiting for the spark. The cast iron's fucking screaming, it's a war zone on the heat. The Sears hitting violent like a knockout in the street. But the garlic's in the comfort and the timer wasn't set. The smell of burning clothes is the only warning he'll get. He doesn't panic, doesn't flinch, just stares into the smoke. The distance between genius and the fucking disaster is a joke. Searing in the skillet, burning in the vein. Contrast hunger, a beautiful kind of pain. He's the anchor in the chaos, the silence and the roar, feeding other street fighters. Then he's coming back for more. Yeah, he's Monkey Man, baby, but the fire in his eyes, where the gourmet meets the gutter under midnight Kingston skies. Now the weekend hits the pavement and the cedar fence is close. He's got the street fighters gathered from their knuckles to their toes. Poets with broken pencils, mechanics stained in oil, watching the orange sparks dance while the summer heat starts to boil. He's leaning in a sagging chair, a cold drink in his grip, watching the world burn down, just waiting for the trip. Then she walks into the circle, smelling like rain and expensive sin. And the way she looks at Monkey Man makes his fucking head spin. She doesn't want the conversation, she doesn't want the talk, she just wants the quiet dining. Who can meet the shadows walk? He wants the bladed jawed octopus right there in her head. And the tension gets so heavy it could crush the fucking land. He leads her to the shadows where the bonfire light fades out, where the smoke of the cannabis turns a whisper to a shout. He turns her to the cedar, his hands raw from the flame, and the way he breathes her neck
fucking game. When the embers finally settle and the smoke begins to clear, he's back to the stillness. The only thing she's gotta fear, a silver ring glinting, a heavy lidded gaze returning to the hum of the supermarket haze. Just a man, a few words with a heart made of stone, the most crowded room in the city, and they still fucking alone. Searing, burning, the garlic's gone to ash, the butter's turned to charcoal, and the fire, the fucking fire is all we have left. Searing in the skillet, burning in the flame, a high contrast hunger, a beautiful kind of pain. He's the anchor in the chaos, the silence and the roar, feeding all the street fighters. Then he's coming back for more. Yeah, he's Monkey Man, baby, with the fire in his eyes, where the gourmet meets the gut under midnight Kingston skies. In Pembroke, we're the fucking ghost town. White noise and salty air. Just a kid with a hollow belly and a vacant wide-eyed stare. And Kingston hit like a brick, tainted jaw gripping beneath the nail, where the concrete weaves the city smoke and the neon lights prevail. He learned to hold his fucking tongue, let the silence cook his skin until the void inside his chest let the hell.
The fluorescent hum is a migraine sea in a temple of salt and cheap circuitry. Artie's leaning on the frozen peas while Monkey Man brings the demi-glace to its knees. He's a ghost in a tie-dye stained and frayed, playing guard in the kitchen where the rent is unpaid. Copper pan shimmering, a holy kind of light hidden in the blind spot of the midnight shift night. He's whisking the marrow, he's tasting the bone, a sovereign of sauce on a cardboard throne. He doesn't give a fuck about the crates in the way. He's chasing a flavor that'll last till the day. Now the smoke's in his lungs and the red's in his eye, and he's looking at the ceiling like a goddamn spy. He says the reduction's a lie if the volume stays high, while the store manager's dreaming of a corporate sky. He's cutting through the bullshit, stripping it lean, the filthiest genius that the Save-A-Lot's seen. Then she walks and the back smells like rain and regret, a little bit of chaos he hasn't tasted yet. She looks at the pan, then she looks at the man, and she says, do whatever the fuck you can. He pulls her close, smells of bleach and expensive wine, and tells her, baby, your timing is fucking divine. Fucking divine. He pushes her back against the Vogue by Mayo, a sudden kind of heat, a sudden kind of play-o. His hands are steady, but his mind is a haze, and he's mapping out a skin in the culinary maze. He whispers, you're a reduction, a concentrate heat, and he tastes the salt on the neck, fucking bittersweet. And it's gotta reduce, yeah, it's gotta get thin. Strip away the ego, let the real shit begin. Boil it down to the bone, boil it down to the nerve, giving the void every fucking thing it deserves. Yeah, the sauce is a ritual, the passion's a crime. We're reducing the world one drop at a time.
endless cold on the skin, while the red wine bubbles and the sinners lean in. He's whispering secrets about smoke paprika, while the moans hit the vents like a fucking harmonica. He doesn't need a bedroom, he doesn't need a bed, just the hum of the fridge and the thoughts in his head. He's sliding his hand where the apron meets the hip, a slow motion glide, a concentrated slip. He says the secret to the glaze is the patience, my dear, as he bites a lower lip and whispers in her ear. You're the kind of flavor that makes a man blind, and he leaves the rest of the world fucking lagging behind. Now the sauce is getting purple, it's thick and it's deep, while the arties in the aisle falling fast asleep. They're tangling limbs between the grade A eggs, while the hunger in her belly pulls at his legs. It's a symphony of friction, a gourmet fuck in the fluorescent wasteland, relying on luck. He's got a gasping for air in the scent of the Ralph, doing things to her that a stalker shouldn't do. He's a Michelin star in a polyester vest, put in a resolve and a patience to the test. One more pinch of the heat, one more slide of the tongue, the kind of dirty magic that stays forever young. The sun's hitting the parking lot, the shift is almost done. They're cleaning up the mess, having a little bit of fun. He wipes the copper pan, she straightens a dress, a beautiful shimmering culinary mess. He looks at the sauce, then he looks at the door. Fuck it, he mutters, I can't take anymore. It's not about the addition, it's not about the game. It's the stripping of the layers, the pleasure and the pain. Burn off the water, burn off the fake. Take everything you want, take everything you can take, until there's nothing left but the essence of the thing. The concentrated scream, the concentrated rain. Thing it deserves. Yeah, the sauce is a ritual, the passion's a crime. We're reducing the world one drop at a time. Make it purple, yeah, make it feel purple.